Sports Extra, brought to you by Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
Sports Extra. From 7 to 8 p.m., highlights of local sports around the Cayman Islands. Sports Extra.
It's amazing to see the improvement of the team.
Sports Extra, keeping you informed.
All right, good evening and welcome to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. I'm your host, Dionne Anglin. Tonight in the studio, we have members of the Cayman Islands National Women's women and girls, right? So the under 20 and the under 17 national teams are here with us along with their coach, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves. We're going to start to my right with coach.
Yes, my name is Coach Michael Johnson.
My name is Reese Bateson.
Okay. Bateson?
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Samir Melania.
Okay.
I'm Deandra Kelly.
And I am Bella Prasad.
Awesome. So you ladies are heading off to the CONCACAF Group World Cup qualifiers, right? That's it. That's that's in 2025 for the under 17 and under 20. And you guys will also be heading to Portugal to help with that, right? To help prepare you guys to compete. So you're going to be doing some international friendly matches there.
Yeah.
So you're looking forward to that?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Awesome. We're going to chat about that in a minute. In the second segment, we'll hear from the Cayman Motoring Federation. Carol Eiton and Ian Charlery will head off to Valencia, Spain. As you heard earlier in our local sports report, they're going to be competing in the FIA Motorsports Games. And guess what, guys? I got a chance to sit in a simulator today. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. Well, not you guys. In the next segment. All right, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Savannah Pharmacy Countryside. We'll be right back.
A caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
Prescription refills made easy at Savannah Pharmacy. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
On 925-3261.
all the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
To go. All right, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra. In the studio with us, Coach Michael. We have Deandra, Reese, Bella, Samira. Right?
Yep.
Got everybody.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay, I'm good. I started off good. All right, so you guys are heading off to Portugal on Saturday.
Yeah.
Also, exciting times. How do you feel about your upcoming matches? in Portugal?
I think we're all excited. It's a great opportunity to, one, showcase our skills, to meet new people, build camaraderie on a team, and of course get to see the top talent over there.
You definitely have personal goals. What are they for these international friendlies? Anyone care to share?
Go ahead, Bella. I want to hear Bella. Go ahead.
So I don't know, a personal goal for me, I'd say, is to just really take in the experience.
Okay.
So it'll help to benefit me in the future. And because I know this is a really big deal, like we're going to a country that's known for football.
Yes.
So I just really want to take in the experience and learn from the other opponents, as they're a very high level team.
Okay.
And I'm hoping I can learn some of their techniques, their way of play, and their dynamics. And I'm pretty sure we all can take that in and to help us become a better team.
Impressed, Coach?
I guess we might as well go home then.
Just did everything there, right? All right, sounds good. Bella, what position do you play?
I play number 8, midfield.
Midfield.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. How old are you?
13.
You're 13. Wow, 13. That's pretty interesting. All right, let's go. Let's hear from you. How old are you and what position do you play?
I'm
Reese, right?
Yeah, I'm 14 and I usually play as an 8 or as a striker.
A striker, yeah. Don't fill me with the numbers.
Oh yeah,
So midfield.
Yeah, midfield.
Midfield. Okay, yeah. And then let's go, Samira.
I'm 18.
Okay.
And I play in midfield. I play as 6.
You play the 6.
So that's
midfield.
the center defensive midfield.
Yeah.
Senator, you see? Yeah.
So these are attacking midfielders. And
Yes. Okay, sounds good. So you guys
you're
are going
learning
up-
too.
I'm learning, of course. I'm learning the numbers. I know the positions if you call them up, but the numbers I'm not too familiar with. But so you guys are going to go up there and have a good time. Coach, what are you expecting out of these ladies in Portugal?
Well, again, I think the expectation again, similar to what Bella kind of said, again is to really gain experience and really to open the eyes of these players again, and also to motivate these ladies to try to push forward. I mean my goal and I would say the association goal is to see as many of these ladies move off to college and play at the next level. Again, that is all to benefit the senior national team, which we're trying to develop develop in the end. So that's the end goal always. So again, it's just one more step towards that end goal.
Any college players on the senior team?
Former right, I obviously know college is right deeply in season right now, so it's very difficult to remove any of the college players.
Do we have any college players just naturally on the women's team?
Yeah.
Come
Yes.
back and,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah. Definite.
Okay. Awesome. So, any pros will be joining y'all for this league, for this tournament? No, because it's an international friendly, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's just you guys. You're on your own.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So, how do you plan to integrate the younger players into the senior team during these friendly matches?
Well, I think I've already shown that my way of integrating just letting them play, just throw them in. I don't think you can learn another way other than playing. You have to experience the situation to really understand and grasp, what you can or what you may need to work on.
Right.
I feel that's the only way. You have to play.
I agree with Coach. I think the opportunity that he gives these younger players is amazing. It helps build their confidence so that when they do face the challenge that is coming, that they embrace it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What specific areas are you guys going to be focusing on in training in preparation for not Portugal but the 2025 games? So what are you going to be focusing on in Portugal in preparation for 2025?
Well, I mean, it kind of depends how technical you want me to get here.
I'd love to. Go ahead.
Well, again, it probably repeating to these ladies because I repeat it all the time. But again, now to increase our, again, because we went back and review all of our games, and we need to improve on our duels, our 1v1 duels percentage. So we need to, and again, that's something I've been honing on, especially leading up to this. So that's something we're going to be looking at. Our speed of transition from attack to defense, again, another thing we definitely need to improve in, and I want us to see get quicker and better. And again, how football is played, these aspects, will lead you to win more games. And if you don't improve in these two aspects, especially, you'll struggle. You'll always struggle.
It's so important to have videography, right? In these matches,
oh, yeah,
you
definitely.
can go back and do your homework, look back at these games. Could you imagine, like, it was maybe 8 to 10 years ago, there was no video.
No.
How'd you do it?
That's a question for us.
Yeah, that's a question for the seniors.
That's me. I mean, I think we do a good job at having team chats, discussing what went well, and what could improve, like what Coach said. So we all are aware of our skills, the team skills, but we also are aware that there's room for improvement, and that can only be done if we are open to feedback, which is really good, and also willing to improve.
Awesome. I like that response. Samira, what has been your most memorable moment with the team so far?
Like, all in all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me think.
On and off the field. And I know there are lots.
I think just always feeling challenged.
Okay.
Because I feel like playing with nationals, obviously it is something that you should be proud of. And I think especially being called to play with the women's as well, it puts you to a challenge and makes you constantly push yourself.
Right.
And you always have people around you that are helping you with that and helping challenge you and helping you feel encouraged to embrace that challenge as well.
Awesome. And what about you, Reese? Your most memorable moment with the team so far?
Maybe like the feeling I get before like playing a game,
Okay.
like when we're on the pitch, like waiting to start, like the feeling you get, it's like nervous, but you're also like really excited.
Right.
And I don't know how to like explain it very well, but it's kind of like you're like excited, but you also don't know what's gonna happen, which is kind of scary sometimes. So you have a lot of pressure put on you.
Yeah. And that's when you know if you can handle the big dogs, right?
Yeah.
Times, right? That pressure that right before the game starts. How long does it take you to get comfortable within a game?
Usually like right after the game starts, kind of just goes away because now you're like focused on like what you have to do.
Yeah. Same for you, Bella?
Yeah.
And you, Samira? Same?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So how do you ladies balance your training and your personal life? How's that going, especially during this, this international trip that's coming up?
Well, this is a big change. I think most of us train 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And I know some are doing like personal training on their own because we are dedicated and we are really looking forward to represent Cayman again, and this time across the world. It's an intercontinental match. Like what we said, we don't know what to expect.
Right.
So I think it's a matter of us preparing well, and I think that is exactly what we've been doing. But it's a challenge, but once you're determined, it's easy. I mean, the first week, training every day was something to adjust to, having the summer off. But I'm sure these ladies can attest to the fact that it's just starting to feel normal. So even when it rains, we miss training. It's like we need to do something.
Yes, stay productive.
What does personal training look like? So I know what team training looks like. I've been there, I've seen it. What do you do on your own when you're by yourself?
Well, me, sometimes I'll go for a little run with my dad, or I'll hit the gym, like every once a week, like on the weekends. Okay. I mostly do like stuff like sorry.
It's okay. Footwork. Any footwork
Strengthening.
Yeah, strengthening. Like, I go to the beach, do beach training with my dad, and simple stuff like that.
Okay. Reese?
Outside of team training, I like to work on my fitness.
Okay.
I think that's like something like that you need to have when you're playing.
Fitness.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I run outside of training, and I also work on my finishing because I feel like that's something I really want to improve. So like recently, I've been working on my finishing outside of my yard.
Okay, so you have a goal.
Yeah, like a smaller one, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I like that. What about you, Samira?
I focus a lot on like technique.
Okay.
So just getting touches on the ball when I can, and also a lot of injury prevention. So going to the gym, doing strength, doing things that help. So when I am playing in a game, I'm as mobile as I can be.
Awesome. Deandra, what sort of strategies do you use to stay focused and motivated during this time?
Well, one, like Coach and you mentioned earlier, the association is focused on the bigger picture, and that is to bring up these young ladies. That really motivates me to set an example, because I was once in their positions at a very young age. I think I started when I was 14, and I always looked up to the seniors, and I know that is where their confidence comes from, where you motivate them, you inspire them. They don't know what to expect, but once you like walk with them and continue to encourage them on the field, I think it's easier for them, just so that they can know that they have someone to rely on.
Definitely.
It definitely. I can tell that it helps them.
I'm sure.
So I always encourage that we communicate.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's an honor. It's truly an honor.
How old are you now?
I'm 25.
You're 25.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And so you started when you were her age.
Yeah.
At 14. That's incredible.
National team.
National team. What has that been like for you? That journey?
The journey has been awesome. I just thought about the path that it took for me to be where I am as a player and a person. I wasn't this confident in terms of my abilities until I experienced the different coaches along the way.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
And
about the coaches.
Coach Michael Johnson has definitely been one of the most influential coaches in my entire 10 years. I'm not. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I mean, it's great to hear the constructive feedback.
Yeah.
And for me, I really enjoy growing.
Right.
I never want to be in the same place that I was yesterday, ever.
Right.
So to have people to motivate you along the way, it not only helps you on the field, but it also helps you when you're outside of the field. So I really enjoy it. I listen to a podcast every day, and there was something that really resonated with me today, and it was that you enjoy the journey, not just the end goal.
Right. Of course. Yeah, it's very important
And
that you
when
enjoy
you
yourself along the way.
And when you asked me that question, that just popped up in my head. Like, the journey has been great. I mean, I started off nervous, just like I'm sure they have, but I have embraced the challenges and did my best to showcase my skills and just to be a good leader.
Yeah. And as you get older, you realize there are a lot of changes too with your mindset as well. So like you said, they're nervous. They were even nervous to get on the mic. Yeah. This is what experience does. As soon as you put her on the spot, though, she was ready.
She was ready.
That tells me how she is on the field as well.
That is true.
She was ready. Like, oh, coach, my nerves. But as soon as she got on that field, I know it's a different beast, right?
That's right.
Okay, awesome. Coach, and what about you? What about any specific, or how do you assess, I should say, how do you assess the team's performance and their progress during, let's say, these international friendlies that are coming up? What exactly will be looking for?
So with international, this is one tricky thing about international, and this is globally.
Yeah.
Because the team changes so often.
Right.
So every round of tournament, every game almost, it's never really the same
team.
Yeah. So that part makes it difficult to hone in specifically.
Because everybody's at a different level.
Yeah,
When it changes so often.
exactly. But what I do look for is certain similarities, especially tactically. I will see how the team plays, and I can adjust, not adjust, sorry. I can see if my idea came across better this time from last time, and I'm able to adjust the way I use my words, the way I approach the training, develop sessions. So by looking at the last tournament to this, or coming into a new tournament, I'm able to, after the tournament, I'm able to look at both and understand and assess and see what more changes I can do for the next tournament, etc. And also that goes for players. That could be a player that was struggling the last tournament, but this tournament now has a whole new player. It's a breath of fresh air. So what did I do different?
Right.
Because that same player was in the last process, and why? So what's the difference? Why was she able to change in this process? I mean, could have been just a very young player that's got some more experience and now she's able to perform, or it could be an older player. Maybe I did something different. Right. It could be positionally, could be tactical instructions that translated better within these rounds of games from the last round. So stuff like that, I would have to assess and look at.
Awesome, I like that. And what challenges, and anyone can answer this, coach or the players, what challenges do you anticipate facing, especially when you meet teams like I think it's Vitoria, SC, Boa Vista FC, and SC Braga? I've never heard of them. Have you all heard of them before?
Nope.
Yes.
No, you have.
They're top pro teams in Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
So I know special. But the women's side is newer. Upcoming in Portugal, so I think they're a couple years in now.
Okay.
But on the men's side, I think Braga is top 5 in there in the men's first division Premier League. So, it's one of the powerhouses in Portugal.
Okay.
So again, and on the women's side, they are, I think, about the third best behind Lisbon and Porto.
Okay.
So they are a super strong team. I mean, just from this team that we're going to play, Braga, I think 3 or 4 of their players have been called up to the Portuguese national team, which is, again, massive. That's beyond,
It was 4 of them who played in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Samira's like, wow.
So it's a complete different world.
Yeah.
We're going to step into, and again, it's only going to benefit. It's only going to benefit these ladies. So again, we're looking, because again, just talk about the ages 14 and 5, almost 5, 14 and then 13 and 14. In 5 years, they'll be proper seniors.
Yeah.
Proper seniors. And again, if they're getting this experience from now, you can only imagine in 5 years, what they're going to be like, what kind of level they're going to be playing at. Or stuff like that.
Awesome. So, ladies, what are you most looking forward to during your time in Portugal, both on the field and off? Is there any team you're looking forward to playing? And when you're not playing, what are you looking forward to doing?
Well, Sam, you want to go?
Yeah. On the field, I just love a challenge. I like to be challenged. I like feeling like there's something, like we're not going in and just thinking, oh, you know what, it's gonna be easy. No, we have to think about like what we're gonna do tactically, like how we're gonna adjust during the game. Like, I think that's just the best thing.
Yeah. And what about off the field? Apart from going to church, because I know you guys are gonna pack your church clothes and go, it's Portugal. All right, and the music.
And we're going to Braga.
Yeah. Anything you're looking forward to? Have you guys done your research on Portugal? And
I have.
Yeah? You have?
I think Dee has.
Yeah. And what have you learned about Portugal? What can you tell
that
us?
the level, well,
Outside.
before
on the field.
Oh, on the field.
No,
Yeah.
no, either one.
Okay.
I was just wondering where you were
Okay.
going.
I'm going on the field right now.
On the field or off?
On the field. On the field.
Surprisingly.
We have watched clips.
Okay.
I have watched all three of the opponents, and the level
It's on a different level.
is a different level. So I am looking forward to playing against those opponents.
Yeah.
I know that it's an honor to even be a part
Be
of the
there.
national team, and I know that they're not gonna look at it as if they're just playing some younger group of players. They're looking at the fact that we're a national team.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a challenge.
It'll be very
and-
competitive.
Yeah, and just to go in, like Sam said, I love a challenge as well. I think that's why we get along so well. But yeah, to see the level in person, I think that's something that I'm really looking forward to, and being able to support this group. Like I said, we are only going forward from here.
Yeah.
I think that the group has a lot of potential, and given that they're young, they can showcase their skills and maybe, get seen by coaches over there. I definitely think that although that we're a small island, that we can definitely showcase our talent, and maybe one day having someone play pro in Portugal.
Yeah, exactly.
Off the field, I'm looking forward to the football atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Reese, we haven't heard from you in a while. You're being quiet over there.
I think like the majority of the teams we get to play are like usually like at a higher level than us. So when we go away, I like to take away something that I can get better at, or like something I can learn from these teams.
Nice.
So I guess I'm excited to go and like see what these teams have to offer that I can like take in and like become a better player with.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
I forgot. I'm
Go
sorry,
right
Miss
ahead.
Dionne.
No, go right ahead.
I've never been to Europe. I'll state that for the record. So
Neither have I.
to and I love to travel.
Yeah.
I'll just put that
But you
there.
just never
I'm
been to
always
that
in the
side.
So I'm very
You're
excited.
gonna have a lot of fun.
I'm very excited. Not excited for the 12-hour flight,
No.
but I'm excited to see
You'll
another
be
part of the world.
surprised. It's a lot of you, right? So it's gonna be fun actually
Yeah.
on the flight. Yeah. You're gonna take a ball with you and throw it on the. No, seriously, it's fun. And then the rest of the people in the cabin. What team is this? We've done it in basketball. All right, ladies, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you, and all the best. You guys leave on Saturday.
Yes.
All right, awesome. So all the best to you.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We're gonna hear a word from our sponsor, Savannah Pharmacy Countryside, and we have the Cayman Motoring Federation coming up next. So stay tuned for that.
Find out about all the community happenings from nonprofit, community fundraisers, church events, and more with Radio Cayman's Community Bulletin Board 3 times daily. Don't be the one to miss out on the latest information for events taking place every day on all 3 islands. Radio Cayman's Bulletin Board, brought to you by UCCI. Visit www.ucci.edu.ky. Choose your dream and blaze your trail today. And the Lions Club of Grand Cayman, serving the community for over 5 decades. The community calendar, also brought to you by Baptist Health International, healthcare that cares. Radio Cayman's Community Bulletin Board.
Hey, did you register to vote yet? The final registration deadline to vote in the 2025 general elections will be the 1st of January, 2025. Go to elections.ky to download your registration form. Once you've filled it out, take the form and the originals of all your required documents to the elections office. They're located on West Bay Road in Baytown Office Suites. Or you can even email it to them. Register to vote by January 1st, 2025. For more information, visit elections.ky, call 949-8047, or email office@elections.ky. Your vote is your voice. Make it count.
System 1 loaded. For the record, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings from 7:30 to 9:30, we interview the various government ministers, opposition, and Cayman Island legislators. For the record is brought to you by West Bay Pharmacy at Centennial Towers. Visit us today for fast, efficient, and professional service. Everything you need and the hours you need it at West Bay Pharmacy.
Hi there, Cayman Islands. This is Noel Castro-Smith, HIV lecturer for the Cayman AIDS Foundation. HIV has no name, no face. That's why it's important to always use a condom when engaging in sexual activity. Know your HIV status. Get tested today. Call the Health Services Authority and make an appointment to get tested today. Remember, early detection could save your life. This message has been brought to you from the Cayman AIDS Foundation.
The DVDL Customer Support Unit is now open. Customers can book appointments for written and driving tests through DVDL's hotline at 945-8344. That's 945-8344.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976.
You're ready to go.
All phones are off or on silent.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but. Oh, we're live. Oh, there we go. And we're here back at Radio Cayman Sports Extra. And for those of you just tuning in, I'm Dionne Anglin, and we're here with the Cayman Motoring Federation. And we were just talking about my simulating experience.
Hilarious.
What was that?
No, he said hilarious.
There's a video for real?
There is a video.
No, it's not. You
There
did
is,
video
there
me?
is, yes.
Oh. I had fun though. It was really, really nice. I really enjoyed it. I think I also enjoyed watching my son and husband try it as well. Because that's why initially I was like, you guys do it first, Yeah. But then he's insisted that I tried it, which it was a good experience. Thank you very much.
Do you find that it was more intense than you anticipated? Probably not because she wasn't trying to go fast, remember?
Right. And then you had me in a very easy... Yeah, so it wasn't as.
You saw the video.
intense.
I mean, I saw the video.
and then I recorded a little of you, and you were intense.
Right.
Like his segment was very intense, and so I know I didn't get to do that.
That takes a little practice.
Yeah.
You have to build up to it.
All right. So let's go around the table and introduce yourselves, so that the people that are listening will know who is speaking to them. Let me start here to my right.
Okay, Jane Scaletta, president of Cayman Motoring Federation.
I'm Yarmis Hides, and I'm the managing partner of Concilium Insurance Brokers.
Can you pronounce your first name? Yamaris?
Yarmis.
Yarmis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ian Shallery, esports racer. Carol Lighton, esports racer.
Awesome. How is everyone doing?
Getting close.
Getting close.
We leave Monday.
Good. Great.
Monday. Are you excited about Spain?
Oh,
Ready.
yes.
Yeah. Gee, she sounds like she's more excited than you guys.
Yeah, because she's not driving.
She does.
She'll be there to support you guys, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. She has her flag and everything, right?
Yes. Bought my Cayman flags.
Yeah. All right. So how do you all feel, though? How are you feeling about traveling to Spain for this significant event, the FIA Motorsports Games?
Feel good. Really love the chance that we're getting. And to be honest with you, I feel like I'm taking one for the team. I know it's a great experience, but we are trailblazers, right? And the hope is that we would have some younger folks in doing this over the years to come and representing and even making other transitions into motorsports.
Absolutely.
So while it's exciting for us to be going, really we just know that we want to be the first of many.
Right.
Absolutely.
So right now it's just the two of you?
Yes,
correct.
Yes.
Okay. And you're looking for more?
Well, the way that the games are set up is that you can only have one representative per country per class.
Okay.
And so for esports this year there are actually two classes: the
Okay.
F4 GT, the FIA F4 and then the GT. So Ian is representing Cayman for the FIA F4, and then I'm the GT representative.
Okay. So for anyone that would like to get involved, how could they get in touch with you?
Well, definitely the point of contact at this point in time should be through CMF.
Okay.
Jane is actually setting up a really powerful network, connecting motor enthusiasts on the island of all types, and her support in getting this off the ground has been invaluable. So, she's the glue. Anybody who wants to know where to go and how to go forward should actually reach out to her. Cayman Motoring Federation is on Instagram, and you can just search for Cayman Motoring Federation and find us there. I represent my racing team on Instagram as well, which is the number 7 mileracing.ky. So you can find us on Instagram there.
Yep. All of what he said.
And Jane, you're excited about this as well?
Do you know, I'm really excited.
Yes.
As we had mentioned, and first I must say, we couldn't be here without the help of our sponsors.
Right.
So, which I'm sure we'll have a chat with Ms. Yaramis in a minute, but Ian said it exactly. We're blazing a trail. We hope to, of course, we're going to be competitive, we're going to do the best that we can, but really we are going to scope it out. We are going to learn what's the ins, the outs, what is this all about. We're representing the Cayman Islands. We do it proudly, and we want to make sure that we look and feel good, and we want to be able to share this experience with anybody who we can train and prepare for the next motorsport games, which happens every 2 years. We do not know where the next one will be, but we do know it's in 2026. And between now and then, we are calling all esports races that put time in the seat, put rubber on the street, because it takes hours and hours to compete at this level.
Yes,
absolutely.
I was talking to the esport racers over there about some of the winners from the last games where they launched esports at the games. And you're talking legends.
Yeah.
People who are known as the fastest in the world.
Right.
Thank goodness they're not in this one this year. But
Well, there's still some pretty fast guys in this one,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's sometimes difficult to fathom the level of competition that we're going up against. But let me just try to paint the picture a little bit here, right? This is not necessarily age limited.
Okay.
So if you're like 8 years old or 9 years old, like I've been in leagues with them, listen,
And
I've been in leagues with professional karters.
Yeah.
Some people that do some professional racing, and it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Right? So just imagine some of these guys have like 10 and 15 years. We got like 4 years.
Okay.
Since the pandemic, we've been doing this.
Right.
And to Ian's point, we are both fathers, business
Wow.
owners.
Yes.
There's a 19, 20-year-old kid somewhere who this is his job, and he does 4.5 hours a
Yes.
day, every day.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of really, really talented guys. I mean, the good thing about it is Ian and I have both raced against a bunch of them, and it is cool to know that sometimes you might be able to get a one day when you're actually catching them up, you're toe to toe with them, even though we have all of these disadvantages of being mature racers. But the good thing about the esports is it is a discipline where the practice actually can help you close that gap. So there is no substitute for actually just getting the time in, and I think that's what we've been focused on over the last year, just making sure that we get our time in. So once we have the opportunity, we can.
That's basically what the other guys have on you. It's practice, right?
Right.
I would
Absolutely.
get experience
Absolutely.
of competing for a very long time in other tournaments. I'm
Absolutely.
taking.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And so this is your first real international tournament.
Right, where
correct?
you have
So
to go there
Yeah.
and use their equipment
Yeah.
and
Is that
be in their
how-
atmosphere.
Yeah, how different is that going to be? Apart from the atmosphere, we know that's going to be different, but the equipment itself.
That's the biggest
Big
challenge.
difference.
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge.
Okay.
I think the good thing for Ian in the FIA F4 series is that car is the standard car for the series. So everybody's been practicing with the same car all year. For those of us who are doing the FIA GT, I think the game has something like 30-something cars in the GT3 class. So everybody may have been using a different car leading up to this, but because of the games, they have a standard car, the Mercedes GT. So everybody's had to switch to that. And that presents its own challenges as well, you know?
They don't all drive the same, you know.
At all.
They're
Very,
formulated
very
to drive like the actual car.
Right.
So there's no way that they would drive the same. And I'm telling you, the change is
dramatic.
Drastic.
I mean, something as simple as, you know, you don't think about it in your day-to-day jumping in a car, but where the engine is placed determines so much about how you drive the car.
Right.
Because it determines where the weight is. So the Porsche that I'm used to, the engine is out the back, behind the rear axle.
Right.
So you have to manage the weight coming behind you. Whereas with the Mercedes, it has a very short tail and all of the weight is in the nose. So the driving dynamic is literally 180 degrees in terms of the mentality that you have to apply to drive quickly, you know. So
I just wanted to say one thing, right? Based on what he was saying about our, you know, we've been driving the same car in the FIA F4, and he's driving GT. So we may have an advantage because we've been driving the same car, but in GT you could actually rub paint.
True story.
In the F4 you can't rub paint.
What do you mean by rub paint?
Like get really close to each other and hit each other.
I thought that.
If you hit each other in the F4, you're going into Narnia.
Right.
That's it. You're finished.
Because
those
wheels
cars
are
cannot
sticking
take
out
any
there.
hits.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, that's all I want to say.
That is a true story.
And you know what? The thing that really, it's in all racing, actually. And we've seen it many times, even in Formula One. Some other guy might just not be having a very good day and he crashes into you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, but that we do have a double.
Yeah, it's double elimination.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Which does help.
Yeah.
And are there are going to be some Formula One drivers taking part in this?
No, not in the esports side.
Not in esports.
No. In
Can
fact,
they though?
They
do this on the side?
They
I don't think
probably
so.
won't. You probably have F4 and F3 drivers, F2 drivers. I can see them, you know, coming by and taking a look, but maybe not F2. Maybe not F2 and F1.
Well, the thing that we have to also keep in mind is we're only going for a very, very small part of what the motorsports games is overall.
Right.
So Kimi Andrea Antonelli, who is actually now signed to Mercedes to drive in Formula One for them next year, he actually won not the esports F4, but the actual F4 race at the motorsports games 2 years ago.
He's replacing Lewis Hamilton, just so you understand.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
even
That's the quality
That's a big deal.
at the motorsport game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
So the car that Ian's driving in esports, they are actually going to have an on-track competition with that car as well.
Okay.
And so those are the places where you'll find a lot of the more professional drivers in some of those events. Because even again, I'm doing GT3, but there's going to be an on-track version of that competition as well.
And I've been on track with Kimi Antonelli before. He is a complete madman. Like he drives. I don't know how he finds the limit. You look at him and you're marveled, honestly.
Yeah, I think they have a different textbook for physics.
Honestly, like I try to do what he's doing and I'm in the wall.
You're flipped.
Yeah, physics works different for them.
Honestly.
What do you think? What is the difference? Is it just the practice or is it the equipment that they have?
The difference is he has a lot of high-end experiences of having his reflexes.
Okay.
So the way that I see him drive, because we're driving a car with a very high downforce, he can just throw the car into the corner and just make it stick.
Okay.
And work his hands and just make his foot and just make it stick.
Amazing. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And what about you,
Yaramis.
Yaramis. Oh, I love that name.
Thanks.
I have to say it a couple of times to get it. Yaramis. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you think about what you're hearing here today, and what motivated Consilium Insurance to be a part of this venture?
Sure. So I have to say, motorsports is definitely new to me, my arena. I didn't know anything about it previously, but I'm actually immersed into it. So our group's CEO and founder of Aventum Group is the father of the Formula One Haas driver, Ollie Behrman. So naturally,
nice
connection.
Yeah.
Nice connection.
So Aventum Group, which is our group, our parent company, has always supported Ollie in his driving. It's so funny when you mentioned that you have 19-year-olds doing this 4 hours a day. Yeah, that's Ollie. That's all he does.
Yep.
So we didn't see it hard to kind of support, the Cayman Motoring Federation, to send these two wonderful guys off. Consilium is a brand new insurance brokerage in Cayman.
Okay.
I like to call us the market disruptor. We are bringing in new insurance perspectives to the market. Right now, we just opened our doors in Cricket Square in June, so there's a lot of market research going on and trying to make sure that we are coming out with a bang. So watch this space.
Nice.
We are a local insurance brokerage, but we also have an international reinsurance and insurance brokerage out of London, which is where our parent company sits. We are a part of the Aventum Group, which manages MJ about $1.8 billion of gross written premium.
Yes.
So we are really big in the whole property and casualty space, and we specialize in niche products. So that is who Consilium is. But yeah, so we like to say that, we align ourselves with motorsports because our business is almost 30 years old and it just grew so quick.
Do you guys do car insurance?
We do, but it's not something that we want to kind of promote right now.
Okay.
We're focusing heavily on property and casualty because we know that that's a really high need with the capacity restraints and stuff. So, yeah, and we're doing employee benefits, health products as well. So,
awesome. I like it. But can I ask, you guys spoke about it twice and it's been on my mind. What do you say to parents who think that their 19-year-olds are wasting away their time and life on gaming?
Well, I mean, that one is very near and dear to my heart because my father is one of the most wonderful people you would ever meet. He's one of the smartest men that I've ever come across. Unfortunately, he was blighted with me as a son because I am completely different in my outlook. And so when I was a teenager, I was very interested in video games and, not just playing them, but actually the business of them. And I wanted to go off and do it at school. And it just wasn't something that was prevalent at the time. And I remember having a conversation with him and he was basically telling me, I mean, hindsight is 20/20 because this was the early 90s. It was like, oh, there's no real future in computing and stuff. Little did we know that subsequent to that, a couple years later, there was this wonderful invention called the internet that literally changed the world. So I think if we are talking to parents in this space, I think we have to kind of get an understanding that the way that we, even us as in our 40s now, see the world is not the way that a 15, 16, or 17-year-old will see the world.
Right.
And they can see things that we can't.
Right.
They're integrating with new technologies in ways that we won't. And so if your child, this isn't necessarily just with esports or sim racing, there may be other things, but if your child is talking to you about something, just because you don't understand the technology behind it, doesn't mean that it's a waste of time.
Yes, I agree.
And I think that what would benefit a lot of parents, because a lot of times when these things come up, they're very dismissive.
Yes.
If they don't understand it, they dismiss it because it's not aligned with the value system that they may have had with regards to what's the right way to earn money. And so the only thing I would say is if your child is blessing you with the opportunity to actually be involved with something that they're passionate about, then actually do yourself the favor as a parent and just, even before you feed the beast, just learn about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually go and do some research so you can understand what they're talking about. Because they may come to you and tell you all these things. I mean, I don't know if I know you have kids, so I don't know if you've ever tried to talk to a child about Fortnite, but they will be telling you all kinds of things that don't even sound like English.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Fortnite for me, it's the one that the kids play.
Roblox? There we go.
It's Roblox. I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah, so they're telling you all this stuff and you have no idea.
I have no idea. So what I do is that I sit with them because I also want to know who they're communicating with and what they're doing. So I sit with them and I see them building the home. My daughter has built a mansion and it's just amazing what they can do now with the technology, right? So it also makes them think ahead as well,
Absolutely.
This is what they want to do. It's gauging them and preparing them for the future as well.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed that, and I can't shut it down. The only thing I can do is say, you have your studies, take them. You have your studies now, put that down. You know what I mean? But
encourage balance.
You have to encourage the balance because they will do that 24/7.
Absolutely.
It's just that enticing, right?
But I think that the conversation of balance goes both ways, because the balance can't just be from our side as parents sometimes. The way that we see things, we want to slant the balance back where we see it balanced.
Right.
But it may actually be imbalanced by doing that, you know? Yeah. And in particular with sim racing, just to bring the point to a head, I think we spoke about this last time. It's very, very technical. There's so many things that you have to be thinking of all the time, not just in terms of how you actually are using the controls to manipulate the car, but while you're doing that, trying to get the car in the exact place, managing the controls in the exact manner to get the fastest time. There are 19, 20 other hooligans doing the exact same thing, and you now have to think, well, where are you going to pass? While you're doing all the things you can do to try to keep on the car on the limit, you have to assess where he's slower than you, where he may have an advantage, and then decide where you're going to attack or how to defend. It's very, very, very mentally engaging. And I think that that's one of the things that sometimes gets missed when people look at it and think it's a game.
I think also they forget that sometimes it rains.
Absolutely.
You're like, oh, how can it rain on a simulator game? Yeah. No, sometimes it rains. And the roads, you better put the right tires on, you better pit and, you know, I mean, it's just like a regular race. I was talking to some people today.
Let me cut you off right there, just so we can take a short break. Save that story for when we come back from the break. Let's hear a word from our sponsor.
A caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
Prescription refills made easy at Savannah Pharmacy. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Information, entertainment, inspiration.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac.
Since 1976 till now.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Alrighty, welcome back to Radio Cayman Sports Extra, and we're here with Carol, we're here with Ian, Jane, and Yaramis.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good. I have to make sure I get that correct. I'm obsessed with getting people's names correct.
Good.
Okay, so let's talk about you guys. You wanted to tell your story? Do you still want to tell your story?
No, actually, it's just amazing how some people do not understand the concept of sim racing. Or, you know, I said they're driving an F4 and a Mercedes GT and they couldn't get it off the road. They don't understand that whole simulator e-sport, and so it's a game.
Yeah.
I mean,
the virtual reality
it's
of it.
gamification, but it's not really a game.
Right.
No.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I don't see it as a game.
No.
I mean, again,
real life, son.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, like, honestly, I'm on track with real life drivers. You can't tell me I'm playing a game.
Right.
And these guys are practicing for their races.
Paid money for this too. It's amazing, right? If you were to win this, how much? What's the prize money for this?
I was not even in this for money, my girl. I didn't even know what you're talking about.
No prize.
Oh, come on.
Thank you, gift.
Come on. What? Yeah. What? No, seriously though. What is the prize?
National pride.
Here's how I look at it. If we didn't start this, then there would be nobody to go and represent. If we didn't have the crazy idea to spend so much money during the pandemic, we would not be here right now.
Absolutely.
And us being here right now sets the next steps for the next people. And to be honest, we have not even scratched the surface of what sim racing offers. We have not spoken about telemetry, vehicle dynamics.
And
we have
different
not
classes.
We have believe me when I tell you, there's so much that's happening in the sim racing world.
I think Ian's trying to hint that you guys need an hour on my show.
I think I need a lot more than an hour, honestly. Yeah, you need like a couple segments.
Yeah. All right, so talk to me about when you guys get to Valencia, what's the first thing you guys are going to be doing? When is the first day of competition?
So first thing we do is the next day after we arrive is we have to check in, get our credentials.
Okay.
The opening ceremony is that night, just like you've seen in the Olympics. All the countries are there, all the athletes are there. Then the next day, we go into trials where they're practicing for an entire day, different groups, because I think Carol you have over 100 in yours, in the F4. 57 in GT. So they have to go through those trials so that they can position people. And then probably the top 20, whatever, something like that, makes it to the next series. And then, of course, from there...
Can they win pole position?
Well, it's on the Thursday. It's split into 3 groups for each of us, and then you have qualifying in each group.
Okay.
And then they're gonna split you into 3 race groups, and so once you get split from there, the top 10 from each group goes forward, and then the losers actually have a last chance race. So then you have that last chance race, and then the
only
Friday.
top 5.
Correct. And then the Friday, we have the semifinals and the finals. So Wednesday is the opening ceremony. Thursday, as Jane said, is qualifying, the practice and the qualifying. And then
are you going to be placed according to your times?
In the first rounds.
The first round, okay.
Yeah. And then I think after that, everybody's I'm not sure. We've been having some discussions in the groups about the details on exactly how the qualifying is going. But the first rounds, the quarterfinals the quarterfinals and the losers bracket are half hour, and then the finals and semifinals are an hour with a pit stop.
Yeah, my qualifying is 10 minutes.
Yeah, mine is 10 minutes.
And that's too short. I mean,
it is
so much
short.
can happen in 10
but
minutes.
the good thing is it's a lone qualifying, so I'll be on the track alone.
Oh,
yeah,
won't be anybody else. Yeah. Praise
okay,
the
great.
Lord, I'm telling you.
So go fast.
Some mad people out there.
Go fast. And then it does end with a closing ceremony, and then we head back.
Awesome. Are you all excited to meet or see anyone in action? Or?
Yeah, there are a couple of people from the rest of the Caribbean that I'm looking forward to running into. In my group, there are people from the Dom Rep, Barbados. So there are definitely a lot of Latin American and Caribbean drivers that I want to, get to know, because those are the guys that we most likely are going to run into in our endeavors after the games.
So before we head out, just can you explain to the people that are listening that may not know anything about sim racing or esports period, explain the room that you will be in. Do you know what it's like?
Yeah.
You know what that's going to be like? Is it going to be a ton of you in one room?
Yeah, so what they do is it's actually an auditorium, and there's a section of it that's set up with, I think it's 20 or 30 separate machines with the screen and the steering wheel and pedals.
Okay.
And then they actually have a screen above that shows your country flag.
Okay, nice.
And so, it's a room of all of you. You put on your headphones and then you pretend you're by yourself.
Awesome.
Pretty much.
All right. Is this going to be live? Anything is going to be live that we can check out online?
Yes, for sure. On Saturday, probably at noon, is going to be when our finals start, right?
And also, one last plug, we're just trying to get the last of our money together for going. So if you have a chance, and you can go on the CMF page, we have a GoFundMe up. So please donate if you can. Thank you.
Please.
We do. It's on CaymanMotoringFederation.org. Under events is the Motorsport Games, and you'll see our 2 races, a little bit of a bio of them, and there is a GoFundMe link there.
All right. Do you want to state how short you are of funds, or you want to leave that out?
No. We are about $5,000 short.
$5,000 short.
Yes.
But still.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, anything. We appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And how about you? Any space in anybody's suitcase?
You're coming, right?
Oh, I would love that.
Especially where it is. It's beautiful. The Museum of Arts and Science. It's completely very modern. It's lovely.
I heard the architecture is
It's
stunning.
amazing in Spain, yeah, most definitely. All right, well, that's it. That's it for tonight's edition of Sports Extra. Just a reminder that if you would like the opportunity to be a part of the show, please feel free to email me at sportsextrakman@gmail.com. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Also, you can check out our Radio K-Man Sports Extra Facebook and Instagram pages to keep up to date with all the sporting activities here on Island. All right. So, and thank you. Thank you to our sponsor, Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045. All the best to you guys. You guys leave on Saturday? Monday. Football leaves on Saturday. You guys leave on Monday. All the best and safe travels. Enjoy it. Kick butt. You can say that on air. Kick butt. And Yaramis. You're not allowed to go anywhere. Production needs to see you. I'm Dionne Anglin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night and God bless.
Good
night. Bye.
Sports Extra, brought to you by Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
Sports Extra. From 7 to 8 p.m., highlights of local sports around the Cayman Islands. Sports Extra.
It's amazing to see the improvement of the team.
Sports Extra, keeping you informed.